I gotta tell you, I have a heart full of dreams. They radiate love in my life's saddest scenes.
Hello, welcome to the KelseidoSCOPE, where music meets personal development. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but I have a song called Would You Be coming out on February 12th. And it is a love song. Love. Now, call me crazy, but I think love is kind of a big deal. Kind of the biggest deal. Yeah, it's the biggest deal. And it's also a very fascinating topic. The last few years, I've really done a lot of research in terms of love and relationship tools and relationship advice and explored this topic deeply because I think it's really important. And this exploration and reflection on love actually formed a lot of the lyrics in Would You Be?
Would you be mine? Would you be?
And in the next few weeks, I'd love to explore these topics with you and share some things I've learned. However, before we talk about love in terms of relationships, I would like to discuss the most important relationship of all, which is self-love. 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 Now, self-love can sound pretty cliche. You know, how do you do it? How do you love yourself? How does that work? I love you. I love you. I love you. However, in reality, this is a really important topic, and I think there's two main parts to self-love. Number one, how much you love your life, and number two, how good you feel about yourself. I also think having a healthy amount of self-love is an important part of any relationship.
Would you be mine? Would you be?
I think when we're single, it's the difference between being empowered and excited about a relationship but having a full life beforehand versus being sad because you're alone and feeling incomplete, fearing you'll be forever alone, fearing you'll die a cat lady all by yourself. And I also think self-love is one of the most important things in creating happy relationships with other people. As they say, the relationship with yourself sets the tone for all the other relationships in your life. So today I'd like to share with you 5 tips to create more self-love. My number 1 tip is self-forgiveness. I think so many people are carrying around regrets from the mistakes they've made in their life. But I think it's so important to forgive ourselves for our mistakes because to be human is to make mistakes. I also think a lot of us spend a lot of our mental resources on regret instead of on happiness and gratitude and cultivating healthy habits. Now, I'd like to dig a little bit deeper and provide a couple suggestions. One element of self-forgiveness is to actively forgive yourself. So to say you forgive yourself and to provide yourself the emotion of forgiveness. Another element of forgiveness is to dig deep into the behavior that contributed to the mistake you made or the regret you have. Perhaps the behavior behind this regret or mistake is actually because of a traumatic experience you've had or because of external influences. It's important to take accountability for our mistakes and our regrets, but it's also very important to genuinely forgive ourselves. Now, this is a big topic and I could go a lot deeper into it, and we'll definitely do that in the future. But for now, let's move on to my second suggestion to cultivate more self-love. Second suggestion. Live according to your values. This seems simple enough, but I think a lot of us don't really understand our true values. A lot of our values are formed from external sources, like the media, or our parents when we're younger, or school, or our workplace. But it's really important to really know your true deepest values and act in accordance to them. Often people aren't living in their values and are either not doing something they're supposed to be doing or doing something they're not supposed to be doing, and it creates a kind of like sad cloud over us. So it's really important to dig deep and do some reflection and take the time to know what our values are so we can live according to them. For example, if you're really into the environment and that's one of your values, trying to incorporate sustainability into your daily life is really important. Or let's say one of your values is honesty, but you find you're being dishonest in a lot of areas in your life, it's really important to change this to feel your best. Now, these concepts are pretty simple, but actually doing the work to apply these concepts and make the behavioral changes in your life will definitely affect your happiness and self-love. My third tip is follow your dreams. Now, this seems a little cheesy, a little cliche, but often the little cheesy cliche things in life are the best. I think there's a quote that's like, everything you learn in kindergarten is what you need for a good life, and I believe it. You may want to learn basic cooking skills though. Now again, this seems simple enough, but it's crazy how many people are not following their dreams. And a lot of people don't really know what their true dreams are. So it's important to really reflect on what you're most passionate about, what your dreams are, and to do it on a daily basis on some capacity. And if you skip a day or a week or whatever, it's okay. Just get back on that dream train when you can. Doing this is not only a huge act of self-love, but is a huge service to the world. So please, 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 please follow your dreams. Never give up. Never. Ever, ever. My fourth tip for self-love is move your body. Now, we all know we should exercise. I know I should exercise. Do I do it every day? No, but I should, because it's an act of self-love. I don't know about you, but whenever I do exercise, I feel immediately better. It is so important for the happy chemicals in our bodies to exercise. One tip I have, though, is to try and do exercises that you like rather than exercises you feel are the best because the commercial told you so. I used to discipline myself to do these really intense workouts, and, it served its purpose. I got pretty strong. However, I was sore a lot. It took a lot of my daily dose of discipline. I now try to do exercises that are also really fun. For example, I like to dance and do Zumba or cardio, or go for beautiful nature walks or snowshoeing or hiking. So yeah, try to find an exercise that you enjoy doing and incorporate it into your routine. And if you genuinely want to get ripped like the commercial, you do that. I support you. I'll just be going for my walk. And my fifth tip for self-love is identify your strengths and genius zone. I know so many brilliant and talented people who suffer from low self-esteem and are kind of blind to their strengths and genius zone. So if you need some help, ask your friends what you're good at. Do some tests, figure it out, and own it. But for many of you, you already know what your genius zone and strengths are. So just work on owning it and trying to incorporate your strengths and genius zone into your daily life. Identifying your strength and genius zone is not only an act of self-love, but also a way you're going to make the world a better place. Also notice the connection between acts of self-love and creating a better world. Just saying. Love yourself. Save the world. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some value from this video and that you love yourself a little bit or a lot more than you already do. Remember that Would You Be will be released on February 12th, so please pre-save it if you haven't, and stay tuned for the buzz. Nailed it. Bye, see you next
To be
time.
my